So this is screen just, oh boy, that's fine. What did I just do? All right, this is the game. Apparently my hotkey to start recording does something weird. Anyway, you control the cat using the arrow keys. So you run into a wall, it makes a noise. Okay, there we go. I mean, you know, I don't know how this thing works. Anyway, look, it took us 29 seconds to get there. And that's the game that we're going to make. Glitch included for free. And this is a new Scratch project. First thing first, every time we make a new project, let's go ahead and give it a name. Now we're about to make that cool Mine Maze game, so let's go ahead and name it appropriately. I like the, I guess, proper camel case would be a lowercase there, and then. All right, so first things first, we're gonna need a background. Well, maybe that's not the first thing, but that's the thing I want to start with. Make a background so that we can, have some fun. I don't want to actually choose a background though. I want to make my own. So let's go back here. I clicked a little too soon. Premature clicking. It's always difficult. That's the one. Paint. So here's a beautiful little background. I'm going to convert it straight away to bitmap. I am sure that the vector images are also conveniently located and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to get some brown going here. There's a little brown color. That's beautiful. Let's make everything brown. Click, and drag. Beautiful brown. Yeah, make it a little less tall. There we go. Let's go ahead and make some blue for the, what's over here, sky. We know, nice blue sky. Oh, well, I screwed that one up because I changed the color of the block I'm already playing around with. All right, that's the brown. Let's get a new square, and now let's make it blue. That looks blue. That looks beautiful and blue and beautiful. We're going to drag it here and make it a little bit oversized so we can just pick it up and push it around. That looks great. We need kind of a maze color inside of the dirt. So that's a good color for inside of dirt. And now we're just gonna drag some of these things around. We'll make a really, straightforwardy kind of maze thing. We'll fix this a little bit here. We want to make sure that our maze is complicated enough, but not too complicated, you know how it goes, because you want to have some fun playing the game, right? We don't want to make the same maze that we just create or just saw, really. That would be silly. And let's put this one over here. Yeah, that's great. Beautiful looking maze thing. Should be fine. Let's get ourselves some gold now. Oh, you know what? Let's get ourselves some green because that color is very similar to gold. It's not white gold though. Yeah, let's make it more yellow. There's a nice good yellow. Yeah, sure, let's make that. Let's put a little sun in the sky. Why the heck not? That'll be useful later. And let's go ahead and put a little ending goal right there. That looks, I mean, honestly, I've never seen anything better in my life. That's probably a lie, but it looks beautiful. It's a good backdrop for now. I'm happy with it. Let's go ahead and we can name this. Let's call it Maze Mine. That's great. And now that we're done with the backdrop, again, I really like the backdrop. We don't need backdrop 1. We can just get rid of backdrop 1. And now it's the only backdrop. We can, let's go back into our sprite. Here's our sprite. Let's go into our code now. We'll do everything else with our code. Right away, we can see that our little cat is too big for our path, so we need to shorten him up a little bit, and or shrink him down, I guess. I'm going to say 25. It's probably a little small. This is a percentage, so maybe 30%. Probably, is that small enough to go everywhere? Because this one's a little thin. Yeah, 30% looks fine. Okay, so knowing that now, we're going to go with the events, and we're going to set it when clicked. We're going to make sure that he starts up here. That's beautiful. And we want him to be motion, right? We're going to go to, and this is where he's at currently, and then we're also going to do some looks because that's where we set the size. And it looks like his size is currently set to 30. So whether or not we want to set it to 30 just in case we screw this up, you know? Yeah, let's set it to 30. And then, well, now if we click this, you know, wherever he goes, he's going to start there. And that's fine with me. But we need to be able to sort of do more, you know, with buttons and stuff. And that we're actually going to be able to do. We're going to drag 4 of these over. Use a button to move him right, left, up, and down. And so we're going to change these keys. We're going to go up. This one's going to go left because it's on the left side. That one will go, oh, that one should go right. There we go. And this one's going to go down. Now, the next thing we're going to do here for the up arrow, we're going to have him point in direction. And we're going to have that point in direction for all of them. We'll change the number in a little bit so that it points in the correct direction. But the up arrow should actually be at 0 degrees. The right arrow should be at 90. The down arrow should be at 180 degrees. And the left arrow, I mean, do the math, it should be at 270. When I type in 270, it's going to make it negative 90, which is fine with me. You know, that's fine with me. So now it's pointing in the right direction. If I run this, I can go right, left, up, down. Great. He's not moving at all though, but we can move. Because he's now moving or pointing in a direction, it's the same move. We don't have to change that at all. So if we run that going to the right, and looks like pin's doing just fine. Down, beautiful, left, up. Now, he's not being all like stopped by the dirt. And we can fix that in our when clicked section. What we'll do is we'll just push these over a little bit so I got more space. I think that's all we need for the moving now. I mean, see how quick and easy that was? And then let's go with some events. Let's go with some control. And, you know, it would be fun. I'm not a big sound guy myself, but let's play a new sound when we start, you know, right before we start, you know, so when it clicks, we get that beautiful little meow sound, which is kind of an annoying sound, but it'll be fine. And then we're going to want to do a kind of loop here where we continue, you know, we're going to repeat until, and we're going to repeat until we are touching the gold, and I think that's going to be in sensing, touching a color. Yeah, perfect. So as long as we're not touching, let's use our little pointer here, that yellow, ooh, actually, let's get that yellow color, right? Perfect. So as long as we're not touching the yellow color, we'll be able to move. Once we touch the yellow color, then we'll be sort of game over. Game over, you know, maybe we'll play some, well, we'll deal with it later. We'll probably have some sort of like finishing song, you know, just to be fun. Now, while we're waiting for that to end, we also want to do an if right in here. If we're touching a color, and if we're touching this sort of brownish sort of background color, then we want to sort of beep and you know, go back a bit. So we'll go back into the sensing, and we're going to go if touching color. Here we go. And the color that we want to touch is this color. if we are touching that color, then what we want to do is we want to go back 10. So let's go minus 10 steps. And let's make a sound here. Now, there's not a lot of sounds right now. It's just the one meow sound. So we're going to pick a different sound here. And yeah, that's horrifying. I like that one for now. Okay, so back into the code, and the sound we're going to make is Alien Creek. And let's go ahead and see that. That's the starting noise. We run into it, and this is great. So now I'm effectively unable. Hold on a second. Let's start this sound. Apparently that playing the sound means that I can move. Here we go. There we go. Now let's get it. If I play the whole sound, then I'm going to sort of like push my way through the wall. Not what I want to do. So we're just going to start the sound. And this is pretty good here. I can totally go through. I mean, this is not. There's a couple of things we're missing here. Right? We've got the, and bam, we're done. Woo! And now we can walk through the walls now. Woohoo! We're winners. So there's a couple of things that are missing. First, we don't have a timer going that is telling us, you know, how long it was. So let's go back to our sensing. I think that's where we set the timer. So let's start, when we start, let's go ahead and reset the timer right here. And then let's go ahead and say the timer. How do we say things? I think that's in probably looks. Say, yeah, say right here. And we can say hello, but instead of saying hello, we're actually going to say the timer. And I think that was in sensing. Here's our timer. We're just going to drag that into there. So now this is going to repeat until we touch the yellow. Once we touch the yellow, it's going to come out and it's going to say the timer, which is good. And of course, we also want it to play a cool winning sound. So let's grab a couple of more sounds here. That's a nice sound. Let's get an A. Let's go ahead and get a B bass as well. And let's get a C bass. Hee hee. Bass. C bass right there. All right, perfect. Let's go into our code and let's go into sound and let's go ahead and we'll drag it, you know, just a couple of songs down here. Well, sounds, really, not songs. We're going to make our own song. We're going to go, I don't know where we're going to go. C, and then B, and then B, and then A. Oh, A. Here we go. Let's stop that. Let's run it. And now, of course, because I'm a cheater. There's our beautiful little winning noise. So, hope you all enjoyed this. Now go make one yourself.